So, Dean, I've talked about my neighborhood on this show in the past.
You've talked about it, and I visited it.
You have visited it. Okay.
Yeah.
So today, it was a beautiful day outside. Okay, it's one where you keep all the windows open. You have a nice cross breeze coming through.
Okay, good stuff.
Yeah, it's great. It's exactly what you want.
Nice little iced tea maybe you're sipping in your office.
I absolutely actually had iced tea today.
Nice. Yes.
It was.
I know the kind of day it is. I know the day.
It was an off-brand Snapple, so it's one.
Ooh.
It's one where it's still the glass bottle. But we were drinking Snapple for a while. You know how they have those Snapple facts on the other side of the cap. Well, I'm in such a habit right now that even these off-brand ones, I'll pop the cap off and I'll look under there, and I'll just be disappointed every time because there's no fact.
Oh, nothing there.
Nothing. Not a single.
I don't check under the cap ever for anything anymore, because when I was probably 10 years old and you used to be able to win underneath the caps of like pop, I won $10 inside a Dr. Pepper, and like I was like 10. That was huge.
Yeah.
I brought it to a Max, like where I bought the Dr. Pepper. I don't know. It's like a 7-Eleven. I brought it to like a corner store, and the guy said, "We don't pay those." And I never collected my $10, so I've never looked under the cap ever since then. I was traumatized.
That's horrible. Like, did you have a parent go with you? I feel like you're just this kid,
Nope.
and they're like, "No,
I was
we don't pay."
Definitely on my own. Yeah, it was across the street from my elementary school, so I just crossed the street at lunch, and I brought that cap. I was feeling great. I was feeling $10. I could buy so much stuff.
Right.
And he took a look at me and he said, "No, we don't pay those," even though I bought it there.
So just never look under the cap again.
No, so it's not worth it.
No.
You can't get them. You can't get paid out anyways if you win.
Exactly. So the windows are open, and apparently it's also such a beautiful day that my next door neighbors are enjoying the outside by smoking for hours.
Oh, okay. Is this the shirtless one that was examining the bike?
Nope. This is to the others. This is right next door to us.
Okay,
He was
smoking.
across the street.
Yeah. All right.
They're sitting out there. They have to have been smoking now for like 4, maybe
days.
About 4 hours. Yeah, 4 days.
Okay.
It feels like days because I swear I can taste the cigarette.
Oh yeah.
It's disgusting.
Oh boy.
It's driving me crazy. Like our entire house smells like cigarette
Just
smoke.
coming right in your window while you're trying to work there.
Yeah. Well, actually, it wasn't until later. So it's been. They might still be out there now. I don't know. It's hard to tell because like the smell is just like clinging to everything in the house. That they could be done already and the smell's still there.
Oh, that's rough. I currently in Winnipeg, which is where I work, where it smells like fire, like it smells like a campfire because there was some forest fires that the smoke has been blown down towards us, some fires in the north. And I work on the second level, and it was fine. And when I went to leave for the day, I walked down to the main level, and the main level smells like a campfire, the whole thing. Actually, it would have been terrible to work there.
Yeah, it's funny that you mentioned that because I'm working in a similar condition right now, not because of cigarette smoke. Like I said, that came after I was done. But I enjoy the smell of a candle. I love candles.
Oh yeah, for sure. Okay. I love candles too.
Yeah, so I have a candle in my office, and I strike that match every day, light the candle, toss the match in this little like glass bowl that I have next to it. All right.
Okay. Ashtray, maybe?
No, it's not an ashtray.
Okay.
I'm not really sure what it's meant for. Just
match tray.
Yep. So I toss it in there. Well, yesterday I had when I first brought the bowl out, I had put a little bit of water in it. So the match goes out. Well, it's been there for so long now that all the water is evaporated.
Oh.
So I threw the match in there, and I'm sitting working at my desk, and all of a sudden I smell something burning. I turn around, and the bowl, the bowl's on fire because all the other matchsticks have ignited in there.
Oh my goodness, that's great.
So so my whole office smells like smoke still. I can't believe it. It wasn't going that long But
you had yourself a little campfire.
I did.
That is pretty fantastic.
Right. Yeah, so I bring the campfire to the office.
Yeah.
Yep.
Awesome.
Yeah, and honestly, I definitely enjoy the campfire smell more than the cigarette smell.
Right, yeah. I do like the campfire smell. It is good. I just feel like if it was like in the office all day,
that'd be horrible.
It would be horrible, right? I liked kind of walking out, and I was walking to my car and kind of sniffing the air, and I was like, oh, this is nice. And then I thought, oh, wait, no, this isn't nice for all the people's homes who burned down. So
right.
It wasn't great, but I was enjoying the smell.
Yeah. But the problem with campfire smell, to me at least, is it's great while you're there. It's great if you like walk past a campfire, or you walk past a raging forest fire that's miles away. But afterwards, after you leave the campfire, you smell like that smoke for the longest. It clings to your hair. I feel like it takes a couple of showers before you really get all the smell of smoke out.
Yeah. Laura makes me shower after we are at a campfire. I'm not allowed to just get into the bed.
I wouldn't just get into the bed. That would...
Yeah, I would. I don't really... It does take a long time to get it out of your clothes and your hair. Mm-hmm. But, I don't really care.
Oh.
But...
Thank goodness for Laura.
Yeah, exactly. Otherwise, my pillow would smell like a campfire.
Exactly.
Yeah, no, I gotta have that shower.
Yeah. All right, well, welcome to the First Last podcast with Alex and Dean. Of course, I'm Alex, and I can say that this time.
And of course I'm Dean.
Of course you're Dean, because I feel like we've said each other's names already.
Yeah.
I know for sure I've said yours. Maybe, even if you hadn't said my name yet, by me saying your name by the process of elimination, of course I'm Alex.
Exactly. You led with my name, so...
I did.
Yeah.
So tonight we have... Oh, I say tonight, because we're recording it at night, but someone could be listening to it in the morning, and they're thinking... That's not right.
Right. So this morning, or this afternoon, or tonight.
Perhaps midday, whenever you're listening to it. At that point in time, we're talking about a show that you had picked. So I'm gonna let you bring it up, because I'm gonna push this one mostly on you, actually completely on you.
Push it on me. Yeah. Well,
I don't want my fingerprints on this train wreck.
Wait, hey, come on. Relax. How come everything I pick is a train wreck and everything you pick is so fantastic?
That's not true. Let me get the list here. I got the list right next to me. You picked...
I feel like you're really, really taking too long to come up with a good show of mine.
I'm actually really trying here. Hold on.
Come on. There are good ones. The League. There we go. Great pick.
I gave it an 8. There you go.
Great pick, right?
Yeah, after that...
Flash Forward. Boom, great pick.
That's because it worked really well as a first last. Yeah, that's for sure.
Of course. That's all. I just go out there.
Did I... Who picked Scrubs? Because it came right
You did Scrubs. Okay. You did Scrubs. Here's what I do. I'm the adventurous one. I go out.
The adventurous one? I picked an anime for last episode.
Listen. I find a show that I think will be fun to talk about, and I pick it. You just go down the list of the best shows ever created. Yeah, of course your ratings are going to be good. Why don't you take a risk one time, man?
Okay. I think I'm just getting lucky picks. Or I'm picking shows that I like. So we talk about it. Fine, next time I'm going to pick a show that I know nothing about. Nothing at all.
Do it. Do it, my friend.
So tonight, what are we... I guess tonight. Maybe. I'm just going to stick with tonight. It's tonight.
We're going to stick with it.
It's 9:15 p.m.
Yeah, that is the evening. So we're going to go with tonight. And tonight we are discussing the SyFy miniseries by the name of Ascension. If you are a... No spoilers, but meh. If you are a listener of another podcast we do, which is Nothing But Comics, I actually think I recommended this show.
You did.
On that podcast.
I was so excited from your recommendation. That night when we had talked about it, I pulled up Netflix and had Ascension all ready to go. I didn't watch it, but I had it
So
ready.
What I realized is that I had only watched one episode. I realized that today as I rewatched. But I will still stand by the recommendation for what I was recommending it for in the other podcast. The other podcast, we had read a book that was kind of similar, and so I said if you enjoyed the book, you might enjoy this show as well. So I'm going to stand by that recommendation.
I'll give you that one. I'll give you that. There were similarities there. I still don't know if I would recommend it, but I would point out the fact that there are similarities.
Okay, yeah. So I wanted to, I decided let's do it. Let's do it for the first last, where if you haven't listened to us before, we watch the pilot and watch the finale. And if we are then an expert at the end of watching those 2 episodes, it was a great show.
Right. That's the determining factor. If by the end of watching those 2 episodes, we are experts, the show's going to get a high rating because the show did what it's supposed to do. All that middle jump, that's filler, that's fluff, that's for people who want more. It shouldn't be necessary.
No, you put all your TV budget into the first, you put all your budget into the last. So those are your best 2 episodes. So if they don't make sense standing on their own, what are you doing?
Yeah. So this was a 6-episode miniseries that was over the course of 3 nights, right? They showed 2 episodes each night. This
is how it aired. It aired over the course of 3 nights, and they aired 2 episodes per night.
Right, and we watched I think they called them like day 1, part 1.
Chapter 1, part 1.
Okay, so we watched chapter 1, part 1, and chapter 3, part 2.
Exactly. First, last.
Yep. And I wanted to start it off with something positive. That was the plan. That was to come into this and say one nice thing about the show.
Okay.
I don't got anything.
Oh, come on. You've got something. You've got nothing.
It was...
Here, let's just go straight up. This just like
they spent too
quickly.
Much
we're gonna go spoilers right off the bat.
Hit it.
Okay. This show is a show about a group of people who have been put on a spaceship and to bring humankind to the galaxy so that we can live on, and their mission is 100 years or something like that. So the people on the ship have never seen Earth before.
Correct. Right, because we're 51 years into the 100
We're 51 years into the journey. So all the people on the ship currently were born on the ship. I don't know. All the people on the ship.
It's only been 51 years. How old were the people?
So everybody is under 51 years old. That could be true, though. It could be true that everyone's under 51 years old. I don't know where all the grandparents went. I don't know where all these people are. But anyways, that's the premise. The show. They're going into space to start a new world. Spoilers. They're still on Earth.
What?
The ship is still on Earth, and it's a government project that's kept extremely under wraps. And if anyone finds out about it, they kill them.
Oh my goodness! Whoever would have seen that coming?
Mind blown.
Actually, I saw that coming. I didn't see it coming. I after we finished the first episode, I turned to my wife Sarah and I said, "Just watch. They're not actually in space. They're in a bunker somewhere deep down inside the Earth, not up there. This is just some experiment."
Well, you probably turned to her and you're like, "Wouldn't it be stupid?"
Yeah,
if
right. That was exactly it. And then we started the last episode, and that was. And
I think they lead it off with. I think when they leave it off with the interview, what is it? It's like a psych evaluation.
Right.
That's how they start the show. That's a big tip off of maybe this is just an experiment.
Yeah.
Although we are gonna have to get to the end. We'll get to it at the end, but I have no idea what I just said. What I think the show's about, but I also have no idea what the show's about.
No, okay, we have the bones of the show, I think.
Yeah, exactly.
We're by no means experts at that point, and that is not our fault. We watched the first and the last. We did our job.
Yeah. It's these. These are unidentifiable remains is what we have in our hands right now. We know we have something, but we are not sure what it is.
No. And honestly, I feel like there's some shows where you can get to the end of the first last experience, and if you think about it a little bit, you can unearth some more just by like logical thinking, critical thinking.
Not with this one.
However, this is you can't do that with this one. Nor would I actually want to do that.
I think that's the thing. I think it's like after it was over, it's like I don't want to think about that anymore.
No, I was upset that we actually had to talk about it. This is just of a thing where it's kind of like the experiment where you don't talk about it.
Yeah. You're like, but you're like contractually obligated to talk about it right now.
Right.
So,
exactly.
Like, you just have to be here.
No. Sometimes these ones that are bad are fun.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. Okay, so as much as I don't really know what happened or what was going on, I did enjoy watching it.
Did you?
Oh yeah, I did definitely. I'm like again though, like I'm a sci-fi nut.
Yeah.
Like I enjoyed watching After Earth. Like that is apparently one of the worst sci-fi movies there is out there.
Okay, remember when we were talking about that graphic novel? I can't remember the name of it right now. Is the one that you had recommended us to watch?
Wool.
What was it?
Wool.
It keeps breaking up. I don't know what you're saying. I still don't know the name of it.
Wool.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe you were saying it, and it just sounded like a breath. Like,
right. It's just it's just like I was just made a noise out of the front of my face.
So, like Wool, and like Dean said, we talked about it before. Go listen to that one actually, because there's a lot of similarities.
Oh yeah, totally.
Wool was one where I liked the ideas that they were playing with. That they came up with, but it was boring for me to like sit through it. I feel like they didn't execute the ideas very well.
Yeah.
What I really liked was a lot of times you'll see either the beginnings of it or the ends of it, this long voyage where it takes multiple generations to arrive at your destination. But you, like I said, you see the beginning or the end. Well, this one, you're right in the middle. You're at 51 years out of 100 years.
Dead in the middle.
And you have these characters, you have these people who are actually kind of they're actually really mad at their ancestors because they didn't choose this life. They're stuck in this ship. They're never going to see Earth.
I like that. And what I do like is which is something that was present in that comic Wool that we were discussing, was like the different levels of the ship and like the different social classes that is.
Right.
So like the lower deckers like are all these rough guys, and like they're never gonna amount to the things the people in the high deck can, and like the people in the lower deck are kind of the ones that are the realists that are just like, oh yeah, we're just flying towards our death. Like our ancestors screwed us. They never gave us a chance to be what we wanted to be. And the people sort of in the upper deck are like, no, like we're so important. Everybody in Earth is going to be thankful to us. Like we are the best. Right. We are saving mankind. So I do like that distinguishing thing between the two sort of types of people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, that was cool. And really though, both of them are. Those ideas are starting to creep up to the upper levels, because you have the first officer who mentions he remembers when he was a kid realizing he could never be a professional baseball player.
Right, and he was a lower decker too.
Right.
He started as a lower decker, so anytime someone had something mean to say about a lower decker, they'd shoot him a little glance like... Yeah, because he started at the bottom.
Yep.
Now he's here.
So... we also get this murder mystery story.
Oh yeah, I guess like that's what we should be talking about, because that's basically how it starts off.
Yeah.
A girl who apparently seems to know that this is, or just a depressed girl that doesn't like her life on this ship, gets murdered. Right at the beginning of the first episode.
Right. And then so it shows her dead. Or shows her get into the water.
Shows her get dead, get into the water,
and then she's dead. And then it goes back in time. And fills you. It's just a bunch of pointless character beats.
Yeah, totally.
Until she goes into the water again and dies. Like, I feel like we still didn't learn anything else leading up to...
Exactly. This is exactly what I was thinking about. Okay, so you get the scene where she jumps into the water, then 18 hours before, you lead up to it, then she does the exact same thing. And I'm like, I've already seen this. Like, I don't mind when you replay a scene, but if you had gone back in the past and then given us information where now we see something new in the scene.
Right.
Like, it was nothing. We learnt nothing and we saw nothing new. No. Like, she just jumped into the water. I was like, I don't need to see this again. Like, I know what happens. You could just cut now.
Yeah, even if it would have been, like, from another point of view, or like
you said,
totally. We learned more about, like, the character.
Anything.
Or, just anything. Else to make that scene different.
Yeah, maybe we learned more about, like... the wine bottle she was carrying, like, but no, we just saw her get it.
Right.
Like, basically, we just know we don't like her at this point. So it's almost like, oh yeah, she can die.
Sure.
Like, I know she's gonna die, and that's cool.
Yeah, there was. It definitely felt, because that was like the first 15 minutes or so before she's dead again.
Oh yeah. It was a long time. It was setting up every single character by their interactions around her.
Yeah. But like, none of them were interesting.
No. Here's what, like, all these characters, and all the people playing these characters, they're all, like, vaguely familiar. Like, they all look like they're a famous actor, but they're not. They're not. Like, there's maybe two people I actually recognize.
Right, yeah,
that's
how I feel.
But when I look at everyone, I'm like, he looks a lot like, and she looks a lot like, they look like you know them, but you don't.
Yeah.
Because they're not famous.
Yeah.
There's also a lot of them that do this, like, intense whisper talk thing all the time. That's like 80% of the male characters do this. Mm-hmm. Which actually I think is 100% of the white males do this.
Right. Yeah. They
just do the whisper talks, and then, like, the other characters are actually acting.
Yeah.
But all the white males are doing whisper talk.
So actually, you know what? I just remembered another thing that I kind of liked about it. So they left 50 years ago. Okay.
Yeah.
And they took, well, not, again, we've already established that they're not actually in space, but they took with them all of the cultural material that they had up until that time. All right.
Yeah.
So there's this great, like, 60s flair to
that is great. 50s, they're all dressed.
Flair.
Yeah, they're all dressed like the 60s. They all have, like, stuff from the 60s.
Yeah. So that was cool, because they haven't been around for, like, the evolution of our culture, like technology evolving, all that. They don't have it.
Yeah.
They just have what they left with 50 years ago.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Yeah, they don't have any of except for, like, their ship's amazing.
Right. Yeah, that I really didn't get. But,
well, they just say, like, they drop it a bit where it's just like, oh, it shouldn't even have been possible at that time to make a ship like that.
Yeah.
And, like, okay, so, like, this is where the confusion of the end comes in for me. Is this ship, like, a real ship, and it just couldn't actually fly? Or was this always supposed to be an experiment?
I don't know, because the one guy who's on Earth, we meet him in the first episode, he says that these people are actually going to go to space now.
I know. He says, like, he's like, oh, they will go to space. And I was like, oh, is this going to take off? I was like, okay.
Why haven't they already?
I was like, I think I can slightly get behind it if, like, for some reason the ship never actually took off, but now it's going to. I might be able, like, they're going to have to do a little more with it, but I might be able to get on board. But no, just one of the girls, the little girl who's superpowered, teleports a guy to a planet.
Yep, and then it ends.
That's how they're going to go to space? I'm confused.
Yeah.
This guy who's the guy on Earth that's like, this is his project, his scenes in the first episode were ridiculous.
Yeah, they were.
He was so bad.
They're hard to. A lot of the show's hard to watch. The dialogue is just brutal.
What was the text that he saw his son write? And he's like, I know what that means.
Die in a fire.
DIAF.
Yeah.
I saw you type DIAF.
Yeah, I know
what that means.
What does that mean?
I know it means die in a fire.
That's not a thing.
That's not a thing. DIAF is not a thing. Die in a fire.
My grandma texts like that. Seriously. She'll be like, WTG, S, and it'd be like, went to the grocery store or something like that.
Yeah.
Nothing makes sense.
No, that's not how people text. Also, he then gives him like lectures him on things that he puts into his phone or going out into the world. You have a phone self, and
You're contributing to the conversation.
And then so then he goes and his dad is like ill.
Yeah.
And a nurse comes in and says he just had a visitor. And he just yells back at the nurse, "I'm the only one who visits him."
He just
and that's it.
What's happening?
He doesn't even ask. He doesn't even ask who the visitor was.
Yeah.
He's not even like, "Oh, really? Like someone else visited? Who was it?" He just yells back at her that he's the only visitor, and then that's it.
Yeah.
He's done. I would probably ask after that and be like, "No, I'm the only visitor. Who was it?
Yeah,
what was his name?"
Yeah, I'm curious. That was nice of someone to come visit my father.
Yeah. It was. He was.
But no, I would
ridiculous.
Just rage out.
He was ridiculous, yeah. And we find out later in the finale it's because he's the head of this project, that they aren't even in space, and it's his baby, and I don't know.
Yeah, and if people find out, they'll kill you, they'll kill your family.
Oh yeah, they'll kill everybody. They were supposed to kill him.
They'll kill your mailman.
They'll kill
they will
especially.
On your way to work this morning.
Yeah.
Dead.
Yeah. Dead. Any single person you have ever laid eyes on, dead. Yeah, pretty awesome.
Yeah, okay, and the whole... I feel like I would have been better with the show, too, if they didn't have that, supernatural angle to it, those superpowers.
Yeah, okay, so I kind of in the first episode, so the superpowers are with a little girl on the ship.
Of course it's a little girl.
It has to be. The first episode, I'm kind of on board because it's just more creepy. She just kind of knows things and you don't know why. You actually just kind of think she's a little cuckoo.
Right.
But they're all pointing into the stars, which are fake stars. I'm pretty sure their whole... No, they don't know it, but I'm pretty sure their whole spaceship is in this giant globe of stars. So that it looks like there's stars out every window.
Right.
So they're looking at fake stars and they're like, "That's where we're going." And she's like, "No, we can't go there. We'll die."
And the one that they're going towards is this ominous red.
It's
just
red.
Looks like death. Go this way.
They're going to a red cluster of planets.
And just
of course,
to the
it's
right
bad.
Of it,
yeah,
just beautiful blue.
Beautiful blue planets. And she's like, "We need to go there because there's only death." So really, yeah, she couldn't have been she could have just been realizing red and blue. I know what those mean.
Yeah.
Just let's go to the blue one, not the red one. But yeah, she's got some superpowers, which I don't know how she got them or why she has them. No, but the
show didn't do a good job of explaining it.
No, it did. I didn't get anything of how she got these powers. She just had them. Yeah. And she there's two people fighting at the end, and she gets really upset about it. And at this point, I'm like, what kind of powers does this girl have? And she's done nothing.
Right.
And she's something starts coming out of the water. I don't know. Something starts bubbling out of the water, some sort of electricity. And then all of a sudden, she has all this electrical power, and she vaporizes the two guys.
Yep. She full on Dr. Manhattan's them.
Oh yeah. And then the XO of the ship ends up on a planet, and the other guy's just gone.
Thankfully, that planet has a breathable atmosphere.
Pretty lucky, yeah. I would say. Pretty lucky. He had no spacesuit on. He was just on the planet's surface.
Barren wasteland.
Yeah.
There's no life there.
Okay, so then I'm gonna try to figure this out right now.
Okay.
So the guy whose project this is, who knows who the guy, the terrible actor guy.
Yes. Ooh, don't. So you can't describe it like that because that's
Oh right, that doesn't narrow it down. Yeah, sorry. The DIAF guy.
Yes.
So he knows about the girl. This is what he wanted out of the project. He wanted Superpower Girl.
Yep.
And then he says, we've discussed at the end, they're all going to space now. They're heroes. He pushes someone off a bridge and he says they are heroes and they are going to space. And then that's when the XO appears on the planet. Right. So his whole plan is that this girl is just going to send everyone to a planet.
That's what I'm gathering.
So, like, she's just going to send all of them to that planet. So they don't need a ship. They just need girl.
Right.
And can she send herself there? And do they all go to the same planet? How does this work?
How do they get back? How does he know for sure that they've made it?
Did she mean to send them to that planet?
No idea
I don't think so.
doing.
She did. She just freaked out. Yeah. She freaked out and the water bubbled. I don't... what? It doesn't. Not
here's
good.
The best part. Like, they didn't continue this story. It was done there. Like, I'm sure that the best part, had more to do.
Yeah, no. The best part is that I read this. The directors got offered the chance to make a full season and call it season 2, or just like another miniseries and call it season 2. And they said, no, we're okay with how we left it. This is what we wanted. What?
That's a bad choice.
That's a bad choice.
That's real bad.
Because
this
what?
Is not that's not how you leave off a show.
Yeah.
At all. That's like okay. The ending is what you get when a network cancels your show and you don't know what's coming.
Yes, exactly. It's just like, oh, okay, shoot, guys, we have to film the last episode. This one's the last episode now because we got canceled. We don't really have an end. Let's just make a superpowered girl send the EXO onto a planet. Okay, done. Yeah, sounds good. Let's do it. Done. Let's do it. Let's just write it in. That works. Yeah, no, this was their plan. This was their plan from the get-go, was superpower girl vaporizing guy into space. I don't get it. I got nothing.
You know that they were like really proud of themselves, though.
Oh yeah.
Like we did.
I mean, they're okay. What should they actually be proud of? I'm gonna give a little bit of props to the last episode.
They made a show. That's
true.
Not
They
many
made
people
a
make
show.
Shows.
They made a show. They got tons of actors who look like famous actors but aren't, so they probably got a deal.
They're cheaper
on the actors, yeah. And it looked pretty good, but I guess they didn't have a lot of like special effects in it.
Okay, but their budget had to have been huge. This had to be so expensive.
Definitely, yeah. Their budget was definitely huge. They had a huge ship.
Yeah.
Not that they were in a huge ship, but they had a lot of
different
a lot of different sets of that ship that took a lot of different scenes took place in a lot of different places in that ship. Yeah. Okay, so the last episode, inside the ship they're losing oxygen.
Uh-huh.
And outside the ship they can't do anything about it. They can't help them out. Like, just open a door. Like, everyone's gonna die. Like, all these people are gonna die. Just open up the space door. Your experiment's over. It's done.
But it's not. It's not. Those people still don't know.
So, like, superpower girl, like, they're all focused on superpowers. They're all like, oh, if we open the door, then she's ruined. Like, what? She has to be in there? She has to be in this ship? Maybe she has to be in the ship. Maybe. I don't know. I'm no expert.
Nope, not even a little bit.
Anyways, so, yeah, so they don't open the door. So, while everyone on the ship is, like, struggling to get oxygen and trying to do things, at first I'm like, why do I even care about this? Somebody is just outside watching you do this. Like, you are actually in no danger. They could just pop open the door and you'll be fine. But then, as the episode goes along, and they start to actually, like, figure out things, how to get the oxygen going, I was kind of into it. I was kind of on their side.
Really?
Yeah, when they found, like, the bucket of snow, and they're just like, let's pour this bucket of
snow.
Here's
a bucket of snow.
Let's pour the bucket of snow into the fan, and it'll make it rain, and that'll be oxygen. While they were doing that, I felt myself into it. My brain was saying don't like it, but then like my heart was like, lift that barrel up, yeah.
Why was the barrel so heavy when it was maybe like a quarter full of snow?
It was a barrel that was a quarter full of snow. It was so heavy for the first one, and then like the EXO runs off, and the captain just does the second one by himself. Yeah, I was like, wow, he is really strong. Because that was really hard for them to do the first one.
Yeah.
And then it rains. Those people have never had rain before.
No.
Because they live indoors their whole life. So That was nice. They all enjoyed a good rainstorm and breathing.
Breathing, yes.
Breathing. They enjoyed breathing as well.
See, I
Pretty
wasn't
good.
into it at all. I was just thinking, this is dumb. The people in it are all just stupid.
Okay, here's one thing I did like too. I'm gonna go with it.
What'd you like?
I liked the captain and the captain's wife's relationship. In the first episode, when she's cheating on him, I'm like, what is going on here? I hate this. And then in the last episode, you find out that the captain sent her to go cheat on him. The captain sent her to go have sex with that guy so that she could fool that guy into thinking she was on his side.
That's still not a healthy relationship.
I know, it's terrible. And then when he asks her, what kind of a man sends his wife to go have sex with his enemy? And she says something along the lines of, like, a man who isn't afraid of anything. Or something like that. It was so fun. I kind of liked it. Like, in a twisted way, I really liked those two. Because they, like, legitimately looked like they really loved each other. And just, like... would do these insane things.
Yeah. Okay, here's the thing. There's a lot of sci-fi movies that I love, like all those B movies. I really like those. This was that, but they took itself seriously.
Oh yeah, totally.
So it wasn't even fun to watch.
Sci-fi B movies take themselves seriously too. But like I think what you mean is they think it's very good.
Yeah.
Like they think this is the best sci-fi show out there.
Right.
Where, like, Sci-Fi B probably knows what it is. They're still trying. Like, everyone's still trying.
Right. But they know that their movie's not winning Academy Awards.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think anyone in this show didn't think this was going to be the best thing.
Right.
Yeah, and like I said, I can sit down and I can enjoy this show for sure.
Hero Zero.
This one is tough.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna jump in.
Can you even name your heroes and zeros?
Not a chance. I know one name. And there's only one reason I know the name, and I know the name Nora because I turned to Laura and I said, "Hey, she has the same name as you," and she said, "No, her name's Nora." So that's the only way I knew that girl's name. And then that's it. I think, I know Lorelai is the one that died because they said her name 8 million times.
Yes, they did.
So I know those two names, which I don't think either are my hero or zero. I mean, Lorelai could easily be the zero, but she's not in it enough for me to be the zero. My zero is going to be for sure the guy who is in charge of this project. The guy on Earth who says that they are going to space and pushes that woman off the thing. He's just, in the first episode, I just could not handle him. Everything he had to say was ridiculous. And then by the end, when everyone's suffocating, just open a door. Right. Just come on, they're dying. Everyone's dying inside a ship and you are looking at the ship. Open a door.
Yeah.
He's like, what are we going to do? Open up a window for them? Yeah. That is what you're going to do. Go do that. That is what you're going to do. It's over. Your experiment's over. If they all die, guess what? Your experiment's over. Yeah. Just open up a door. That's my zero. Who do you got?
Okay, my zero is maybe the congressman or the councilman.
Oh yeah,
not the congressman.
Yeah, he's a very bad person.
Yeah,
he's just not nice.
But he's my zero because he's one of the only people I can think of.
Oh, right good. Now. Yeah, that's a good one. He does stand out for sure. Yeah.
Probably because he's one of the most known actors in this.
Yeah. So this does have also the one of the Cylons from Battlestar Galactica.
Yeah. Because that's what they wanted this to be, was like the next Battlestar Galactica.
Totally, yeah. So, and then you can be like, yeah, it's the next one because look it's got this person, familiar face. Yeah. So that is your zero. So I got to pick a hero now, like a hero of this show. I'm going to go, okay, so my hero of the show, it's going to be weird, but my hero of the show is the the guy who gets out and is out in the world. This guy is my hero, number one, because in the first episode, actually in both episodes, he's just filled with rage and like for no reason.
Right.
He just like is smacking things around and like threatening people. And I think like to me, this guy is the only one like super, super committed to acting like a crazy person.
Yeah.
I really actually liked his acting in this show. I thought he was pretty good. When he gets out, he's just like he's so crazy because he has lived in a ship his whole life that he thought was in space, and he actually escapes and he's in the world.
I did like the moon scene with him.
Yeah, the moon scene with him's good. I think my favorite scene with him is when a cop, like, he escapes. He has just escaped, and a cop comes out and like has a gun on him and is like, "You got to come back with me." And he slams the cop's head into like a headstone or something like 4 times. And then the cop's down and out. Like, the cop's unconscious. And he just starts kicking him on the ground. Like, he doesn't know the cop. He's already done it. It's like, you're good. You're in the clear now, man.
This guy
he's
doesn't
unconscious.
half-ass anything.
No, he just like starts kicking him. He has to be pulled off of him. To me, that guy was just given 110% in this role. And I enjoyed him every time he was on the screen.
All right. My hero is actually going to be the nurse at the nursing home that the guy's dad was in, because she took a lot of crap from him, and she did, yeah. Like, she could have put that guy in his place, but she's like, no, you know what? I'm a professional.
Yeah, she actually helped him out when she didn't have to.
Right.
He didn't even ask who was that other visitor. Right? He's just like, no, I'm the only one who visits. And she just brings it up herself.
She's like, well, she's saw him if you want to go
he's
talk to him.
Yeah, he's actually in the parking lot still if you care at all.
If you can take a break from yelling at me.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
man, good hero. Yeah. That's a good one. She has very little screen time, but just great. Maybe that's what makes her a hero.
I think so.
Very little screen time, yeah.
I think so. The less you're involved in the project, the more you win.
It could be.
All right. Ratings. First of all, no.
You go first.
First of all, before we get to that, would you watch any more?
Yeah, I would. I would watch more. Yeah, you know what? I just kind of enjoyed it. It's no good. But I was enjoying it, and I kind of want to see the moment when they showed the audience that it wasn't the spaceships on Earth.
I definitely wouldn't watch anymore just because I was so bored.
Oh, shocker.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. I was bored the entire time.
Understandable.
Nothing was really interesting to me.
In the last episode, I did get a little bored. I was like, all right, you can finish it up now.
Yeah. Even Sarah asked, or turned to me and she's like, this is so boring. She said that a couple of times, I think, in each episode. So I would definitely not watch anymore.
Okay, cool.
Now, for ratings, this was definitely not a good first last.
No, it wasn't.
I am not an expert by any means, and of course that is not my fault. That is the show's fault.
Oh, yeah. Like, the show has got to explain to us in that last episode what's going on with Superhero Girl. I mean, if you explained that in the middle episodes, what are you doing? People are going to forget by the final episode.
Right.
You got to explain it in the final episode.
You gave it too early.
You have to explain it in the final episode.
So, let's see here. I'm just looking up at my other ratings, too. If I gave Misfits a 3...
Right, but Misfits wasn't... You were giving Misfits a 3 because you just hated...
Right, I hated it, and it was a bad first last.
Yeah, but you didn't rate it on what kind of first last it was, right? We hadn't been honest with ourselves at that time. I feel like if we were honest with ourselves at that time, it would have even got lower than a 3.
Yeah, that's why this is getting a 2.
Okay, yeah, I can understand that. I'm coming in at a 4.
Okay.
It's a bad first last show, but I think there's enjoyment in watching the first and last. I think it's there, so I'm gonna. Yeah, I think it's there for some people, for sci-fi nerds, so I think I would fly in there at a 4.
Okay. That's the second lowest. You've never given anything a 4 before.
Yeah.
You gave Quantum Leap a 3.
I think I'm going to have a lot more lower ratings now that
we're honest.
Now that we're honest, yeah. Now that we're not not lying to the audience.
I'm so glad to be done with this. I'm not like I don't think
You did it. You made it through.
I did.
You never have to talk about it again.
Won't. I'll never talk about this episode ever again.
Awesome.
I'm done. You're editing this one. I'm gonna forget that it even happened.
Okay, I'll do it.
First last podcast with Dean.
I'll just edit out all. You know what? I'll just edit out all your talking parts.
Perfect. Well, we record on 2 separate tracks, so just put your side up.
Done. I guess I should say, let's get out of here.
Later.